back to my channel. We are going to be starting off with foundation. You can use whatever long-wearing foundation you prefer, but I am using the YSL All Hours foundation. Then just go in with your favorite concealer, and I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer with a Beauty Blender. You're immediately going to see me go in with setting powder. I'm using the Kat Von D setting powder, and I'm only doing this because I did my face first, and I don't want my eyeshadow to get all over my face because we are using glitter. I'm also going to be setting the eyelid with the same powder. We're now going in with our first eyeshadow, which is a light gray shade. I wanted something to sort of mimic a blue transition shade in my crease, and I didn't have anything quite like the color I wanted, so you're going to see me mix a few. I am now taking a blue shade directly over that gray color. We're really focusing everything in the crease area, trying not to get it on the lid because we are going to be doing a cut crease. And I am just blending a little bit more. Now we are going to be cutting our crease. I am using a MAC 242 brush for this, and the same concealer I put underneath my eyes, but to be honest, you can use any brush you want as long as it's sort of thin and rounded out at the tip. You can see what's going to work best for this, but I am basically just following the natural outline of my eye and my socket and my crease. It's super easy for me because I've done it so many times, but if you don't really know where your crease is, just kind of create one. I mean, honestly, no one's really going to know the difference. Now I am taking the greatest glitter ever invented. This is the Stila Magnificent Metals glitter in the shade Diamond Dust, and I am just filling in everywhere that I just cut out on my lid. Now for the trickier part, I am doing my winged liner, and I'm using the Hourglass liquid liner. I would honestly recommend doing your liner before the glitter because it was a little bit difficult for me to do that. Just a heads up. Now I am just taking a contour shade. This is a contour shade from MAC and my NARS Ita brush and just carving out my cheekbones. And then I'm just applying some false lashes for that extra drama. Just use any pair you have. The fluffier the better for this look. Now I'm just bronzing a little bit. I am using MAC Shade Stir and then my MAC, forget what brush this is, but it's their bronzer brush. And yes, that is concealer that you see in my hair from the back of my hand. The struggle is real. Now I'm just carving out my cheekbones a little bit more with some of that same Lock-It setting powder from Kat Von D. I'm going to let that bake for a little bit, and then I am using the brightest pink blush that I own and just go to town on your cheekbones. And for my highlight, I'm using the Anastasia x Nicole Guerrero palette. Now I'm just blending out that setting powder that we had baking, and I like to blend it up into my contour and blush because I feel like it blends it really beautifully. And I'm taking a blue eyeliner, which you can see I did not particularly like that shade of blue. It didn't work for the look for me. I wanted a light blue, so I'm just going right over that with a white eyeshadow. Now I'm taking a small pencil like liner brush, and I took that same Stila Magnificent Metals glitter and I'm just running that in my inner tear duct and just a little bit on my lower lash line. Of course, do your eyebrows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, of course. I'm obsessed with this pencil. I don't know that I will ever use anything else. Let me know if you guys have good recommendations for brow products because I've been forever hooked on that. First thing you want to do, which I lost this clip, is take Vaseline and rub it all along your hairline and in your eyebrows. This will prevent the latex from sticking to your actual hairs when it's coming off. Then I am taking any sponge is fine, but I'm taking this little like sponge from the drugstore and putting the liquid latex all over my face in a thin layer and just putting down a layer of cotton balls just wherever you feel necessary, whatever looks realistic to you. Now you're going to be going over those cotton balls with more latex. This is what's going to give you that really gross texture, like your skin has been torn. And you'll want to kind of like move it around as you're placing the latex, because that's what's going to get it to like pull apart and kind of stick to look more realistic. I also took that latex down my neck a little bit and placed the cotton balls down and then put another layer of latex over it. I just forgot to show you guys that little bit. And now I took a pair of tweezers. Anything you can, I feel like this is the safest thing to use probably, but you're just going to start tugging at the latex and be really gentle. It doesn't look like I'm being gentle here, but this stuff is so thick that you kind of have to do this, but I'm not getting my actual skin. Just be careful that you don't like jab your actual face, and just start like tugging at it and just like ripping little holes in it. Now I'm just putting a thin layer of latex down, and I ripped up a piece of toilet paper. So one time I want toilet paper on my face, and now I am going right back over it with liquid latex again. I did this because I really wanted a trick to where I didn't have to put the latex any closer to my eye than this. I really have never worked with liquid latex, and I didn't know how I was going to react to it. I didn't know how hard it was going to be to get off. So this to me was like the safest route to go. And if you're a beginner, I would really recommend that as well. I am not an FX makeup artist, so if I can do this, you guys can definitely do it. This actually was the most time consuming part for me, was actually coloring in the burns. And I am using a cream color palette that I got from the Halloween store. They said it was good for burns, and honestly, I loved working with it. It was really easy to work with, so I'd recommend one, just a cheap one from the Halloween store. But I am only using the browns, blacks, and reds from the palette and just kind of mixing them together. I didn't start off with any color. I just did them all together. You know, I think it looked a little bit more natural than if I was to just go in with the black, then go in with the brown, then go in with the red. I just mixed them all together. I started off using like a prickly paintbrush, and then I transitioned over to this sponge brush because it covers a little bit more and you can move a little faster. I also think it looks a little bit more natural and it blends the colors better. Now I'm taking a foundation brush and just using a red. I really didn't know what to do here. I just kind of used my imagination. I started off with a red and then didn't really care for it, so I added a little bit of black, and then you'll see me just fill in the entire thing with black. Use your imagination with this. I mean, this is what I would assume I would look like if I got burnt, so yeah, just use your imagination. And then I am taking a bright pink lipstick for the Cinderella side and throw on any blonde kind of wavy wig that you have that would scream princess. Put your crown on and wait for your prince to show up. Where's he at? Bye, guys.